Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. On humor, the essence of humor, on jokes. I've thought a long time about doing this video, but there was only one thing I had to say, and I had that criticized by people who I suggested this idea to. The idea that I had was that the essence of humor must be unexpectedness or surprise. Something has to come which you didn't think was coming. And I was told that car crashes aren't humorous, and random people breaking into a house and murdering someone, unexpected but not humorous, right? I exceed the point and I say that's just an essential. You may know formal logic. There are necessary conditions and there are sufficient conditions, right? It's necessary that you have a man and a woman to have a baby, but that's not sufficient. You can't just have a man there and a woman there and then there's a baby, right? There has to be something else. So there's necessary conditions and then there's sufficient conditions. Same with humor. It's necessary that you have something unexpected, but you've got to do a little bit more. So I recently watched an episode of QI, hosted by Stephen Fry. It's a British talk show, trivia show or something like that. And one of the guys on there has written a book about humor, and one of the guest panelists, and he has had cultures all around the world explain what they think of humor as. I apologize if you can hear in the background the hip-hop music. The indigenous peoples here listen to hip-hop very, very loudly, and you can hear it way up and down the block from their house or their car, and they'll play it all hours of the day and night. So isn't local culture wonderful? Well, so that's a bit humorous to have hip-hop coming up in the background in Mr. Cropper's video. So all jokes then, says this panelist on QI, all humor around the world, any culture, any place, no matter how industrialized and sophisticated or backward, they all have one thing in common about their jokes. They might have many different side notes and what's appropriate humor and inappropriate humor and stuff, but there is one thing, he said, that's absolutely essential to all joking, all humor, and that is that it sets up an assumption in the first part of the joke, then violates that assumption. Now that goes along with what I was saying is something unexpected, but it nailed it down so much more solid. I thought, well, now it's worth talking about. It's not just that it's unexpected, it's that the first part of the jokes makes you say, oh, this is what's coming, and then that's not what comes. It is essential to all humor anywhere on the planet. I will mention that it's not funny to watch women, usually. I mean, sometimes. I mean, it's not a categorical imperative, thou shalt not watch, or a commandment, thou shalt not watch women do comedy. But as Christopher Hitchens has noted, women aren't really very funny. He wrote a column called Women Aren't Funny, and he got attacked for it, because you can't say things like that. And so then he wrote a column following up, and he said why women still aren't funny. But this video is not about the gender war in humor. It's simply, you say to yourself, how do we laugh all the time at jokes? What is it about jokes? Now I think I have satisfied myself that this is the answer. There's an assumption set up, then that assumption is violated in an unexpected way. And all jokes are like that. In any culture, any time, any place on the planet. Now you know the essence of humor. Interestingly enough, you probably didn't laugh one time during this video.